So I guess this is like the rage now. We just go online. We do like a live to film a video. I try not to do this typically. Um Lives I try to dedicate to like podcast episodes and that sort of thing, but I got the live itch last night after we did paper movies and we had the little Q&A, and I realized today that I was not going to be able to get out the KOTOR Volume 4 review today. It just wasn't in the cards. We had a lot to do today. So hopefully it'll be out Monday. And I think going forward, we might be doubling up on Star Wars reviews for a little while because there's a lot of things I want to get done through this year up until Legends Con. So in order to do that, I think we're going to need to double up on Legends content. Anyway, welcome to cumulative haul from this year. Not everything from this year. There's like some mass market paperbacks and stuff that they've been long filed into the bookshelves, and I'm actually going to be getting some more shelving in that I'm going to be putting up. Actually, behind here, we're going to actually have like a big backdrop thing, which I think is going to be fun. It's going to be fun to do. Plus, it might be able to alleviate. Oh, Gabby made her cameo. So, anyway, we're going to do just a brief live today just to get through this stuff because I was putting it away today and I was like, well, I want to kind of do a video with this stuff because I got some cool things that I want to show you guys. So, we'll start with like the comic stuff and then I'll get into like weird things that I've been picking up for really cheap. Most of this stuff I've gotten really cheap and I want to do some videos about it. So, we'll start with the Witchblade comics. So I like Witchblade. Um, Back in the day, there was a show for TNT based off of this comic, and I really liked it. I was a little kid then, but it always stuck in my mind. I thought it was a really cool concept, so I picked up these. These are based off of the old Top Cow comics. Image does these every once in a while. They'll actually crowdfund. This one's not a crowdfunded one. This is actually like one that you can buy from Amazon. But this is volume 1 and it collects the first 19 issues, which is pretty cool. But I didn't just pick up that one. I picked up a harder one to get, which is volume 2. I'm not sure why, but this is a Kickstarter exclusive one, which I like. It's got the dust jacket, that's how you know, and it's signed, which really cool for my collection. Although I don't know what this one collects. We'll open that up. And this collects Witchblade issues 20 through 36, Tales of Witchblade issues 4 through 8, Witchblade Infinity One Shot, Witchblade Darkness 1/2 and 1, Darkness Witchblade 1, and Darkness 28. They've also done this with the Darkness comics, which, unlike Witchblade, which I have read a little bit of it because I have them on digitally. I've had them digitally for years. I've never read The Darkness. And then I got volume 3 here, which collects Witchblade issues 37 through 57, Witchblade Destiny's Child issues 1 through 3, and Witchblade Lady Death issue 1. So that's cool. It's cool. That's a good chunk of Witchblade right there. And there's rumors there's going to be a 4th one, which I'm very excited for. So now we're going to move on to Marvel omnibuses I've been picking up lately. A couple of these are new. Another one's not. It's actually a reprint that they did not too long ago. But we'll start with Predator, the original years, volume 2. You all know I've been talking about this on Tuesday Treadmill Talks, how excited I am for this one. This collects Predator Hell and Hot Water issues 1 through 3, Predator Primal issues 1 through 2, Predator Nemesis issues 1 through 2, Predator Captive, Predator Homeworld issues 1 through 4, Predator Xenogenesis issues 1 through 4, Predator 2009 issues 1 through 4, which I believe was when it was collected, was called Prey to the Heavens. Which I prey as in like hunting prey, which is I always found amusing. Then we got Predators 1 through 4, Predators Beating the Bullet, Predators Preserve the Game, Predator Hunters issues 1 through 5, which I have read, Predator Hunters 2 issues 1 through 4, and Predator Hunters 3 issues 1 through 4, and it also collects material from Dark Horse Presents issue 124 and Free Comic Book Day 2009 Predator. So this is pretty much the last of the Dark Horse stuff. So it's now collected. You can pick it up. The only things they haven't collected with Predator are the Fire and Stone and Life and Death tie-ins. I don't know what the deal is with that. I would love to have like omnibus reprints of those, because they did do Dark Horse did library editions of the two, but they're very expensive nowadays. And that's why I don't own them. But I'd love Marvel to do that. I don't know what the deal is with AVP and Prometheus licensing, but I would love for them to do that. Some point. Next, I got Daredevil by Ed Brubaker, Volume 2. This has been out of print for a long time. I bought Volume 1 when it reprinted, but it took them forever for Volume 2 to reprint. This collects Daredevil issues 106 through 119 and 500, plus the Daredevil Annual 1 and Daredevil Blood of the Tarantula. Cool stuff there. I like the Ed Brubaker Daredevil. Is it my favorite Daredevil? I don't know. Bendis is probably my favorite author for Daredevil, though I am partial to Frank Miller. Frank Miller has issues. We'll put it that way. That's a nice way of putting it. So now we're going to look at the last Marvel omnibus we have here, which is Star Wars The Rebellion Volume 2. This came out a few weeks ago. They're doing a bunch of these Star Wars omnibuses in next Tuesday. The New Republic Volume 2 comes out, and then at the end of July we got the Tales of the Jedi omnibus coming out. But this one collects a whole bunch of things. We got Star Wars River of Chaos issues 1 through 4, Empire issues 28 through 40, Rebellion issues 1 through 16, so basically all Rebellion. Boba Fett Overkill, Boba Fett 1/2, Star Wars Splinter of the Mind's Eye, issues 1 through 4, plus material from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic / Rebellion issue 0, which I already reviewed half of that issue already. I reviewed the KOTOR half. It was a flip issue. You flipped it over, and you got two different stories. Then we got Star Wars stuff from Star Wars Tales issues 13, 15, 17, and 21. Quite a lot of stuff. Will they do Rebellion Omnibus 3? I think so. We still have a few things, like some big stuff like Shadows of the Empire has not been collected in an omnibus, although Shadows of the Empire Evolutions, the sequel, has, which is kind of funny how that works. But we're going to move on to some other stuff here. Mainly, so a while ago, at the beginning of this year, I went through, my parents have a storage unit, and it's full of just a lot of stuff. It used to be a family communal storage unit. My grandfather would keep like hot rod parts in there. My grandmother's brother and sister, when they moved back to California from New Hampshire, they kept a bunch of their stuff there for a little while until they got a caretaking job at a duck club. We kept things in there, like my sisters and my toys have ended up in there. And then when my mom had this cousin who's no longer with us, he kind of went off the deep end for a little while, and he had to be bused from California to Nevada to live with his parents. and he had a bunch of just junk in there. If you remember back in the day, I had a whole bunch of old D&D books. Those were his that I found in there. This thing's a gold mine, but for the longest time, I thought it burned down along with our house. But no, the storage unit still exists. And lo and behold, I found all of my micro machines. So I think I'm going to be start doing some micro machine reviews. But I've gotten a few things because Star Wars still does the micro scale toys, but they're not micro machines anymore. Although they did some for Force Awakens and Rogue One, uh, Hasbro kind of gave up on it. But there is a new company out there, like I think it's called Jazzle or something like that. And what they do is they've created a series of spaceships called Micro Galaxy Squadron. And their whole goal seems to be to kind of scale all the ships to the right size. And they have different class ships. So we're going to start with the first one I picked up because this one's become a peg warmer. It's really easy to find this one, even though it's from Series 1. They just didn't sell, and that's Asajj Ventress's ship, which I've always been a fan of, although this is more the TCW variant of it as opposed to what it looked like in Gingy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. It's kind of similar. And, of course, we got a little Ventress in there with lightsabers. A lot of these little figurines, they don't come with weapons because they're just meant to sit in the cockpits. So this is like the small size, and these are so cheap to find. This kind of set me down this weird like little rabbit hole, and I ended up finding this one next. This is from Series 3, and it's the V-Wing from Revenge of the Sith. Now, I was a big Micro Machines fan as a kid, specifically Phantom Menace. That was my jam. I got a lot of my Micro Machines are Phantom Menace related, although I have some original trilogy stuff. I'll do other videos just talking about how I found things. Like a lot of them, believe it or not, Dollar Tree. A lot of the Star Wars stuff I think got overproduced and it ended up in like discount places. So I would pick up like the little character packs and stuff at like the Dollar Tree or in bargain bins. But they didn't do a lot of Micro Machines stuff for episodes 2 and 3. They did a little bit. They weren't even called Micro Machines for Revenge of the Sith, and they're scaled differently. I have some. We'll talk about them later. They're weird. Next, I ended up jumping into Phantom Menace stuff because Target seems to have the monopoly on episode 1 Micro Galaxy Squadron. So we got Anakin's N1 Starfighter, which is cool. I have the Action Fleet Micro Machines version. So we're going to see, compare and contrast them. Unbox these eventually. Oh, these things are falling down. We'll save that one for next. Next one I ended up getting was the Bongo. Now, the Action Fleet version of the Bongo upset me as a kid because it only came with one figure, came with Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon doesn't even pilot the Bongo. He sits in the back. So we got this thing can hold like a bunch of people. But this one only comes with Obi-Wan and Jar Jar because the Sith Infiltrator, which comes out at the end of the month and it's already sold out for pre-order. It's a Target exclusive. People are already scalping it. It makes me really irritated. That comes with Qui-Gon. I don't know why. You'd think it'd come with Darth Sidious, but I digress. And then lastly, got one from Series 5, which is the U-Wing from Rogue One, which comes with K2SO, Cassian, and Jin. I wish it came with the other 3 characters, because I doubt they're going to make more of them. That would surprise me, because Rogue One's Micro Machine selection, very bleak. One playset, a handful of ships and stuff that I think were repackages of stuff from the Force Awakens line of Micro Machines. But then I ended up with this. This is a weird one. I didn't know this existed. This is from Galoob. This is actually Micro Machines from back in the day. This is a later reprint version, but this is a Star Destroyer that opens up, and it's like a playset. Comes with a bunch of Imperials, the Rebel Blockade Runner, and the TIE Advance. It's a cool little set. I'll have to check it out. Open it up. Two of these are you can get in the figure packs. I have those two, but the other two, the Vader and this guy getting choked. I think this guy getting choked is technically a reprint of another Micro Machine figure that came out before this, which is Lando getting choked. I think they just put a little cap on him and painted him white. I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun little ship playset. I like it. Yeah, I kind of want to just do Micro Machine reviews. They're pretty cool little things. They're cool little play sets. But this one might not get unboxed. I might leave this in the box. It's in rather good shape, and it's never been opened. So I don't know. Nextly, I got two of these Series 5 little packs of Micro Galaxy Squadrons, which I'm going to open right now and see what I get because they're mystery packs. And ooh, a little Mandalorian with a speeder, weird looking speeder, some kind. That's cool. Put that back, and we'll see what the other one is, which is going to be the same thing. I got two of the same one. Oh well, that's fine. It's just a troop builder, basically. These things are pretty cheap, but I found these at a Walmart. It's not even the one I normally go to. It was a different one. It's the one I normally go to. They don't sell these little mini packs. So that's cool. Two of the same one, but not bad. I don't mind at all. So anyway, that's about all I have for today. I just wanted to give an update. I wanted to release something today, so y'all have something to watch. Also, there's going to be new podcast gear. This is my backup mic. It's technically Gabby's mic from when she used to podcast. I have a new mic coming in and a new soundboard, so we don't have audio issues like we did during the Terminator recording last month for Paper Movies. That was embarrassing. That mic's been retired. Sad. I've had that mic for years, and it just kind of croaked. So anyway, hope you all have a good one.